Imagine a place where time itself seems to have stopped, where emerald waves lap at a silent shore, and dense jungle hides a community that time itself forgot. A place almost no one has ever truly seen, let alone survived. This is a patch of green in the Bay of Bengal that has captured the fascination and fear of outsiders for centuries. But this isn't some forgotten paradise waiting to be discovered. It's a place that meets trespassers with arrows and spears. A place so fiercely protected that even the Indian government has declared it off-limits. In 2018, an American missionary named John Allen Chau tried to land here. His mission was simple: to bring his faith to the people living beyond those trees. Instead, he was met with lethal force and never left the island alive. Why would a community react with such violence? Why does setting foot here almost guarantee death? This is Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island lies about 20 miles west of Smith Island in the Andaman Archipelago. From above, it looks like an untouched jewel. Dense rainforest, empty beaches, and no roads in sight. But this isolation isn't just geographic, it's enforced by law. In India, North Sentinel is designated a tribal reserve. Entering the waters within 3 to 5 nautical miles is strictly prohibited. These laws exist to protect both the Sentinelese and anyone tempted to make contact. The government knows the risks well. Any encounter could introduce diseases for which the Sentinelese have no immunity. Even a brief landing can endanger an entire community that has lived without outside influence for thousands of years. Indian naval patrols circle the island regularly. Boats that drift too close are quickly warned away. Sometimes they're simply ignored. Other times, they're met with a volley of arrows from the tree line. For the Sentinelese, isolation isn't an accident. It's a deliberate act of survival. The Sentinelese are among the world's last uncontacted peoples. Anthropologists estimate their population falls somewhere between 50 and 200. Some believe their ancestors first settled the island more than 60,000 years ago. They live as hunter-gatherers, fishing in shallow waters, hunting wild pigs, collecting fruit deep in the jungle. They build simple huts from leaves and branches. Their tools, sharpened wooden spears and bows, are reminders of an ancient way of life. No one outside their community understands their language, and no one has been able to catalog their customs in detail. Every attempt at sustained contact has failed or ended violently. Photographs show them watching intruders with cautious, steady eyes. They often raise their weapons, making it clear that visitors are unwelcome. To them, the outside world is not a source of wonder. It's a threat, a reminder that isolation is the only way to protect what remains of their culture. History has shown time and again that North Sentinel Island is no place for outsiders. Encounters here often end in fear or death. In 1867, a British merchant ship called the Nineveh wrecked on the island's reef. The crew made it to shore, only to be attacked with arrows and stones. They huddled on the beach for days until a rescue vessel appeared. For the survivors, the message was clear: stay away. In 2006, 2 fishermen drifted to the forbidden shore. The Sentinelese killed them swiftly. When a helicopter attempted to retrieve the bodies, the tribe fired arrows in defiance. But the most infamous incident came in 2018. John Allen Chau believed he was called to bring Christianity to the Sentinelese. After paying fishermen to take him near the island, he tried to approach several times. He left gifts: fish, scissors, a football, but was met with hostility. On his final attempt, witnesses saw tribesmen shooting arrows as he walked up the beach. They tied a rope around his body and dragged it away. His diary revealed a mixture of hope and fear, ending with a final prayer. He knew the danger. He went anyway. Even in 2025, curiosity proved hard to resist. An American tourist landed briefly and tried to make contact. Unlike Chau, he was ignored. his presence met with silent disinterest. But Indian authorities quickly arrested him, reinforcing that this is not a place for outsiders. Every story adds to the same conclusion. Crossing that boundary can cost you everything. To many, the Sentinelese hostility seems extreme, but in their eyes, it is simply necessary. Contact has always carried invisible threats. Diseases like measles or influenza can sweep through uncontacted tribes. Even a single handshake could spark an epidemic they have no defense against. But it isn't only germs. Generations of invasion have taught them that strangers often bring violence. These memories have become part of their cultural instinct. Trust no outsider. India recognizes this danger. Rather than forcing integration, the government enforces protection and isolation. No anthropologists, no missionaries, no tourists. This isn't about fear alone. It's about survival. Every boat that appears is a potential threat. Their arrows are not just weapons. They are boundaries drawn in the sand. And if the world fails to respect them, the consequences are inevitable. In an age of satellites and social media, even the most remote places can't stay hidden forever. For the Sentinelese, this visibility is a constant danger. Thrill seekers see the island as the ultimate forbidden destination, a place to conquer for likes, shares, and bragging rights. But each attempt at contact risks more than personal safety. It risks the tribe's extinction. The ethical dilemma is clear. Should curiosity outweigh the right to exist undisturbed? Some argue that no culture should remain isolated forever. Others believe that respect sometimes means restraint. In the end, perhaps the lesson is not about discovery. It's about understanding when to leave well enough alone. Places like North Sentinel Island force us to reconsider what it means to be human, to ask why we feel so compelled to reach out, even when we're asked, sometimes with arrows, to stay away. The Sentinelese are not relics of the past. They are a living community with their own reasons for defending their shores. Their story isn't about savagery. It's about survival. Perhaps that's why their isolation fascinates us, because it challenges the idea that contact is always progress, that modernity is the only path forward. In the end, respect is not something we grant after we've imposed ourselves. It's something we offer by honoring their right to exist on their own terms. So, if you ever find yourself tempted to cross that invisible line, remember, this isn't just a place on the map, it's a boundary. And sometimes the most human thing we can do is walk away. Thank you for watching. What do you think of Sentinel Island? Will this ever become an island that you could visit? Let us know in the comments. If you're interested in more fascinating island stories like this one, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.